Okay, welcome back everyone. We've been talking about you know, we're talking about frames, select from frames, then we went to shapes, and yes, we're going to talk about the pen tool and so that we can move forward, as fast as possible. So welcome everyone once again. Remember we started from understanding how Figma works, understanding how Figma works. We went from that to we had understand that this is the layer side, this is the inspector panel that contains the detail of what you're currently working on. We have the share link, your share link, which is this, but just to make sure you can see your share link, your your file name, which is still this. So we started from there to we went to frames, and from frames we went to shapes. And shapes we talked about different kind of shapes, how to place images and what the fun of it. So we will still retake we talked about pen, so I don't think I did the two justice. So I'll talk more about it now so that we can understand what we were talking about. So pen tool is mostly like used to create new shapes. You know how you can just just make any shape, and well, with the shape tool you are limited to the number of shapes that it gives you, like you have there. But the pen tool actually allows you to be able to have different shapes, and like have different shapes that based on what you want, and then work with them, like work like that. So from there, that is which is what we've done like this now. Like with this shape now, I can let me zoom in. With this shape now, I can add to zoom in, just press shift 2, like hold the shift key and then press 2 on your computer. You zoom into a selection. To zoom out, just shift 1 will zoom everything to fit. You can see everything we're working on. But then shift 2 will zoom to the particular object you selected. I hope that's clear. And then we talked about few, to add few to this stroke, but this particular shape, you can see that it gives us different, the possibilities of pen tool is endless. So please, if you don't want to sign up with the premium course, you could just go to YouTube and learn. But you need to learn this pen tool, because even with the tutorials will be dropping, the team said they'll be dropping actually to be with this to at least most of it, because sometimes it's very good that you're able to create your shape. Like have your own, shape created by you. So that is it. So we also have, the stroke, and the thing about painting, it gives you equal property, just as you could make it with rectangle, you could also make it with this shape too. So please, something you want to look at. And then what is interesting, even with the new tool we've created, we could add another image. Yeah, we could actually, let me get some good images we could add to this. Let's say we add this, and so the image will be added, when the image is now added. So we can have different kinds of images imported, with the shapes. So that is it about the pen tool. So please, want to learn how to do that one. And then we're going to talk about the type tool. So the type tool is, like, you understand this for typing, if you just click your type tool and maybe you click anywhere. Let's zoom in a little bit, and let's say you click anywhere. Let me first start with clicking. So you carry your type tool, you click here. You can accept your title by clicking T. If you can see T, so you just click T. T for title. So we'll have you just type anything like sign up now. You understand? So you can see from this we have the sign up button, and you just make it like, you can increase with the type to you can see the properties changes. Well, for the shapes we had fill and stroke, but with the type tool, we have inter, bold, we have things like inter, we have bold, we have, this is the font name. Please, please, you have to look at this. Let me zoom in on this. So this is the font name, inter. This is the weight. This is like the weight. So you can choose different weight, especially with this inter font is a normal font. It's on every Figma lesson. So when I was designing and working, with the team member to create this, I wanted to make sure it was like an inter. So it's not like, oh, I'm not seeing the font. So yeah, you could use this font anywhere. So you can select your weight, can be medium, it can be bold. So yeah, so it actually has, there are different needs for different weights, so which we'll talk about later. So you can set it to 40. You can see with 40 it's now bigger. If I make it 96, wow, it's much bigger. So we can make it 14, see how small it is. So that is just it about it. So that is it about it. So you can sign up, you can do interesting things, zoom to selection, interesting things. So that is it about sign DVD 2. And the thing about I don't know if you know how to, this is how to duplicate. Let's say I have sign up now and I want to have sign in. Okay, I want to have signing. So what I did is I click this shape and then I help put Alt. You notice that if you hold Alt on your PC, your mouse, tends to duplicate. You just hold Alt on your PC. See, if is it Alt or Command for PCs? I believe it's Alt. I think it's Option for Macs. So Macs just press Option. Yes, I believe it's Option. I want to believe it's Option. If it's not, you can correct me, or you can just inform every other person. But yes, whatever you press for Alt on your Mac, that's it. So this is sign. Let's make it sign in. So we've just, what do? We click this, hold Alt, drag it down to duplicate. Make sure that if you're holding Shift, it's going to make sure everything is in line. If I hold Shift, you see everything is in line. Everything is in line. And what's interesting about the Figma is that it gives you distance. You get, so remember that you must click it, drag. Just hold or click it, hold or then you drag. So that's it. Now it's when you have like multiple items, like you have different signups. When you have multiple items like this, that let's say I displace one of these things, I can now use this align tools that you've been seeing since this align tools. When you've held more than one property or more than one shape, you can align them, align them the way you want. You can align everything to the top. You can, very interesting, too. So now you understand how to click, hold Alt, then drag. Click, hold Alt, drag. Click, hold Alt, and drag. So with that, you can create multiple duplicates of text every and anywhere you want your text to be. You can also see that if you look to the left panel of your this thing, you can see that as I duplicate it, I'm in the layers panel at your left. You can see it showing. So if I click sign in, so it should, it should display like that. That's the whole idea. So that is sign in now. So yes, so we are going to treat some of the detailed properties of we've talked about inter, we've talked about bold, we've talked about the font size. Yes. Now as for this one, this one is mostly like if you don't Microsoft Word or any other tool, this is just like a setting. This can make it, you can left align your text, center align your text, and right align. And then also with also another thing is with Figma, you can have a fill. You can set your fill. You understand? You can set your fill. That's the fill of the text. Like what we've been talking about before. So you can set it just like we had in shapes. You can set it. You just make sure this is left aligned or this is middle aligned. It's like center aligned, sorry. And then we can also have strokes. We can have strokes on the listing. So what is interesting about field is that you can add multiple fields. You can see to your right hand. The more I click it, when I click plus and I click this thing and I change it, is the more that the thing actually adds those fields to your shapes. So what you want to do is to make sure that you have something like this and then you've added a shape. Then you can have different kind of colors, different kind of text and everything. So yes, that's how you make your sign in. Now you can have different, like for instance, if I change this color to maybe blue and I don't want to, and the interesting thing about you is that I don't want to see this color. I just want to, so I can choose to hide it. You can see if I click this eye, this color will now go, and then I can have this color. Again, I can have this down color here. I can click this and then hide this. So it depends on what you can just choose to have different. So that's it about field. So when you're having field, just understand that you can change the color, change the text, to what you want it to be. You can also set the opacity from 100%, can drag it down, like of a single color as you've had it. You can see right here, you can see BA28FF. It is the color code, the field for that particular text. So you want to make sure that you have it. So you can also add stroke to your text. I say we're not going to be handling effects right now because so that we don't get distracted and everything. And we won't need it in this free class, so we will not need it today. So that is it about text. I can click so what did we say? You just you can click your text to click anywhere on your canvas and start typing. So you are a beautiful person. So yes. You have different options. It's what you want to do, and that is it about that. So that is it. You can also change the font weight. Remember, I said to change font weight to whatever kind of font weight you want, like with this. So to zoom in, just make sure you press Shift 2 to zoom into selection. Then you have what you have it. And even if you selected 3, you can Shift 2 to zoom in into only your selected, listen, only selected field. So the next one we want to talk about is, I don't think we talk about these other ones, like, but if you have, there are things they call plugins in Figma. So there are plugins and they have a lot of them, like a lot of them, but it's not something we'll handle today. Not something around this day. So, well, basically, how a plugin works is that it's like a third party tool in Figma that assists you with doing other things. For example, if I wanted to, if I click any of these tools and try to run it. Hey, to show story. So this is basically what a plugin about. So it's under your resources tab. You can also have the component. I made a component earlier, and we won't talk about that today. We'll talk about it some other time. So we don't take our time and everything. But yes, you can have resources that contains components, and why this plugin is good. I think I'll close it. And then another interesting thing we should show this is the hand tool. The hand tool functions like a hand. It just moves all over your canvas. You can see the beautiful image you selected before. Yes, you can see, intricate details. For example, let's say I'm zoomed all the way out. And I'm zoomed all the way out. How do I now zoom? Like, no, let me say I'm zoomed in. I think zooming is better. Let me select something. Remember you selected your move tool. Please do not forget. And then I zoom in. Like, I mean really zoom in. But I want you to see whatever I did. So I hold my hand to, and I move around my I move around my file. So that is it about that. We talked about the move to this frame to we talked about, and also if you look to the right hand of the frame to you have different phones, tablets, the desktop presentation, just giving you perfect sizes of frame, so you know you're designing for the future. And the next one is the shape tool, rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star, place. Yes, so everything has it. So now we're on hand tool. So hand tool, just move around. Check how everything is. It's very interesting to actually. I love it. So that is it about the tool. And now the next one thing you want to do right now is to have um you know you can tell you is to take out this chat too. Yes, just like it functions like any other chat too. And if you can actually like add some, like you can refer, like now if I wanted you to work on this frame, I can just say let me assume your name is um this is one of our team member. Let me use his name. So check this out. Check this out. So, and I can send it to him. Yeah, so he can always come here and then open up that this thing. So it's basically, for dropping maybe comments or things you've observed. Um, you know, just just drop nice comments about people. Don't mind me, it's awesome, bro. So, interesting stuff like that. I'm just using it to test out the chat too. So yes, that is how everything works. That is how everything works. You can see the chat too. I put them here too. You know. Then when you're done, you can just click. When you're done, just click here. You see resolve. You see this thing is called resolve. So just resolve it. Once you resolve it, it just disappears. You resolve the issue, it disappears. So we've talked about tools, the layers, inspector panel, interesting thing. We talked about all the tools above. We won't be using any of these today. Yeah, we won't be using any of these today. Yes, so that's it about that. So that about the remaining tools. So in our next section, we're going to be talking about how to use this last two, how to not to we will just the next thing we're going to do is to handle this page. We handle principles, the design principles. And the file is going to be free for everyone. Yes, for everyone that is in the community that knows about the file. The file will be free to everyone. So that's it about that. So yes, so let me shift this down a little. And then she'll join us in our next class. We'll talk about it.